Tonight, let's begin with hints of a coalition or government of national unity, as President William Ruto calls for what he terms a broad-based political arrangement to resolve the country's current political crisis. In a rare show of political fellowship, President Ruto was joined by opposition leaders Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka in calling for a national consultative process to be conducted over a period of 6 days, starting Monday next week. Calls of dialogue and hints of a coalition or government of national unity appear from the onset to divide the opposition, with some of the Azimio One Kenya leaders rejecting the process. Our political affairs reporter Emmanuel Tor reports.
Moments after the signing of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Bill 2024 into law, President William Ruto and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga proceeded to announce some measures aimed at calming the country's political turbulence, underlined by the nationwide protests staged by the youth.
We will move ahead with the multi-sectoral forum, and we have agreed that a membership of 150 representatives of various stakeholders, 50 of whom shall be young people of Kenya. The other 100 will be representatives of all the other sectors.
A dialogue is the way forward out of the crisis that we're having today in our country. We've agreed that we give people an opportunity to be heard.
The head of state urging the youth to turn up for the talks.
We look forward to beginning the forum on Monday next week. The various stakeholders will be required to submit their representatives by Friday this week.
Then came what the president termed as a broad-based political engagement. This has quickly been interpreted to suggest a coalition or government of national unity.
Working together for us to address the current economic situation through a broad-based political arrangement and to rally the country forward.
The events at the KICC now appear to divide the Azimio coalition. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, who attended the signing of the IBC bill into law, was conspicuously missing in the second press conference. Earlier, he warned against complacency in the face of protests by the Gen Z youth.
If we are not careful, all of us will get thrown out by the Gen Zs, because they say we have come of age. You say that we are leaders of tomorrow, we are leaders now.
The Wiper leader instead took to his X space, writing, quote, "Read the mood of the people. Kenya's Gen Z have set the standard and are demanding action," asking President William Ruto to listen to the people instead. Odinga's running mate in the 2022 presidential polls, now Kenya leader Martha Karua, also distanced herself from the talks, sending a string of posts that read, quote, "This is a trap, period," cautioning the political class against hijacking the Gen Z's clamor for real reforms. On his part, the Democratic Action Party Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa tweeted, "I am not boarding." Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni also posted the calls for dialogue, enumerating several other dialogues, including the Waki Report, the Ndongo Report, TJRC Report, BBI Report, and the National Dialogue Committee Report, which ran into headwinds. The calls for dialogue comes days after 3 weeks of deadly protests, which left 41 people dead. Emmanuel Tor, Citizen TV, Nairobi.